Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do a bit of a different one today. I've been speaking to a guy named Alex. As far as I know, he lives in Tacoma, Washington. I had to research that because I've never heard of that before. But he's into photography. As far as I know, I think he either works for or he owns his own construction company. Now, the good thing is that for his side is that a lot of construction companies, they need to take photos of the final product at the end. Being that he's into photography, he's been experimenting with some different things, but he's also moving into a bit of portraiture and studio work as well. So he's commented on a couple of my videos, and he just said, if you get a chance, could you check out my website and give me some I guess some constructive criticism, because he's saying that his family tend to say that every photo looks great, and that's always another hard thing, is that when you're showing family members and you're wanting some real honest hard truth to the images on what they look like, what they personally think, they being that they're family members, they're going to think that everything's great, and that's never going to change. So what he's asked me to do is to get my personal thoughts on it. But yes, I'm sorry, Alex, if I hope this video is okay with you. I don't know your last name yet. If you got a problem with this video, make sure you let me know and I'll remove it, because I haven't asked your permission to do this. But hopefully everything's going to be cool. So look, we'll go to his construction site, and what he's got is, this is his layout. He does obviously bathroom remodelings and just some different things like that. I don't know anything about construction, so excuse my lack of knowledge there. He's also got his job photo section where he's got recent jobs and other jobs, and it's good. He's able to do this. A lot of people, construction companies, I'd imagine, would have to go out and hire a photographer to come and take photos for their website. But look, what we'll do is we'll jump onto his website. His site's based through SmugMug. I'm not too familiar on their web base and how they operate, but as you can see, he's got some really nice stuff here. I mean, that shot, as far as I can tell, right in front, has been experimenting with some HDR, some black and white shallow depth of field stuff, probably with a 50mm prime. Some other stuff in a studio with the background. So he's got a nice collection of different things. And I mean, again, these are my personal things that I would recommend, and that I would say they're by no means, you don't have to take them into consideration at all. This is just my personal recommendation on what I would do. So, and I hope this helps. Again, as I said, I haven't done a video like this before, so give me bad feedback, good feedback. As long as it's constructive, that's all it's about. Don't just say, oh, this is gay, you're wrong, right? It doesn't matter. Just as long as everyone's happy, that's what I'm after. But look, let's jump into his portfolio. And as I said, I don't know much about this website, but a couple of good things that I found on this website is when I go to right click, it comes up with a copyright thing, so you can't rip the images off unless you screenshot them, and you don't get the resolution anyway. So that's always good. Always make sure that if you're doing photography, I hate watermarking images, but I found that I have to do it these days. I mean, it's getting a more common thing where people are stealing images and printing them and doing things like that. Has been, as you guys know, I do a lot of scooter stuff, and it shits me that people just tend to take images and put on their website and put their own logo on it. That really pisses me off. So it's good that he's got this this copyright thing set up where you can't drag the images off and save them. So he's got some baby stuff here. He's got some kids at the wedding, some other stuff. Maybe these are his sons, or his just some mates of his sons or whatever. I'm not totally sure. Some different stuff outside, it might be brother and sister or girlfriend, boyfriend. But he's got about 20 odd images here. It's a nice collection. He's also got some other images that we'll go through as well. Let's start on this image and we'll go through them quickly. Firstly, I really like it. He's obviously just shot this with I'd say probably a 50mm prime lens. I can't tell for sure, but black and white. He might have pulled that into some post-processing software and done some changes on it. But what I can tell straight away, this is just an ambient light shot. He hasn't set up flashes. He hasn't need to do anything like that. It's very natural. This might be his son. Again, sorry, Alex. I'm not totally sure what images I'm looking at, but yeah, this might be his son. But yeah, I mean, I really like it. I mean, the only thing that I'd probably say for it is for me personally, it's too centered. I'm not saying that all your images have to abide by the rule of thirds saying, but for me it's just too centered, and there is quite a bit of headroom. I probably would have cropped this down into more of a 16:9 aspect ratio, because our cameras don't shoot 16:9. They shoot 2 to 3 as far as I know. I hope I'm right there, but yeah, I would have cropped down the top of that. But other than that, I really like that image. I mean, it's got a nice soft bokeh in the background. It's I'm not sure what aperture settings it's been shot at, but yeah, not a bad image at all. I mean, I quite like it. I'm not sure what he's holding on the ground here. Maybe it's a water bottle or a camera strap or something like that. But yeah, no, nice shot. I mean, nice work on that. I really like it. Moving into this stuff. This is obviously some stuff that he's done in a studio. Um, I like it because she's not looking straight at the camera, which is always a good thing. Too many people are like, oh, look straight at the camera. With children, you don't want to tell them what to do. I shoot quite a bit of children as well, and the best shots you're ever going to get is letting them be natural and doing their thing. She's obviously at an age where she could take direction, but yeah, I mean, any of the younger girls or boys, you just let them do their own thing and you follow them, and that's how you're going to get the best shots. Moving across this image as well. As I said, I'm not sure how this has been shot. You can see a catch light in her eyes, so that's definitely not off a speed light on top of the camera. So you'd have some sort of studio light, as far as I can tell. These couple of images are definitely what you'd refer to as a low key shot, where there's a majority of it's black rather than a high key. High key shots are usually on pure white. It does vary, but yeah, not a bad shot. Not sure what she looks a little bit upset, but she's obviously holding a bear. But yeah, there's quite a bit of feeling in this shot. Doesn't look like there's been too much retouching done onto it, which is cool. It's quite a raw image, but yeah. Moving across onto this image, the first thing that I found is I feel that it's really cold. I mean, what I'll do quickly is I'll jump to an email that we were speaking earlier. This was Alex's. I ended up contacting him on YouTube, and just because I hate YouTube chat, we ended up speaking. This was one of his responses. He said, "Oh, sorry for the late response. I never visit my YouTube channel and saw your messages. Appreciate you getting back to me. I really enjoy your tutorials. I learn a lot from watching YouTube videos, so thanks again. I own a small construction company, and as you know, the economic in the US is not good right now, so construction is really struggling. So I want to do photography as a backup thing for a little extra income when I have the spare time. Maybe someday this could get big enough where I could do it as a full-time thing. That would be really cool. It's always good to have that ambition, Alex. Really keep at that. Just keep shooting, and things are going to fall into your pocket. So carrying on, I got a website with Smugmug. Smugmug already had a few customers. If you have time to check it out, give me some critique. VitPhoto. Thanks a lot, Alex. So what I wrote back to him is I'll quickly just run through my response. I'll just make this a little bigger, but this was just my response. I'll fly through this, guys. I'll keep this short. Hi mate, no problem. I rarely see my YouTube channel comments too. YouTube is really a treat with the amount of solid knowledge out there. There are so many people I look up to as on there as trainers. Really glad I've helped you in some way or another. It's great to see your passion toward photography. I checked out your site and found some great shots on there. Really dig your use of vivid colors. Again, only my personal thoughts on the images are, as we all enjoy and see things differently, but I noticed you have some studio shots on there, mainly low-key stuff, but the color temperature seems to jump around a little bit. Not sure if you're shooting in auto white balance or not, but any studio work I'd always recommend to shoot in manual white balance. Try to stick to around 5200, 5500 Kelvin. Tends to give a more consistent, warmer skin tone. Auto white balance changes each time. It's a lot like shooting in auto exposure. It's never going to be the exact same. Manual white balance, I really recommend shooting in that in the studio. Again, it's not a huge deal if you're shooting in a raw format, because you can always go back in and the white balance isn't baked into the image. You can always adjust that freely. But a lot of the times, I'm just reading out here, I always shoot in JPEGs in studios and raw for everything else. Mainly because in a studio, shooting in larger studios, you tend to shoot in JPEG solely because basically the amount of mass quantity of images you produce per day can be 1,000, 2,000 shots per day. So you don't want 2,000 raw images. If you shoot a wedding, 2,000 raw images, it drives you up the wall because they're larger, they're harder to deal with. They're a lot better. But in a studio, JPEG's fine because you've got enough control over the light anyway. You shouldn't need to going into a raw format for JPEG. But again, my personal thing. I've just asked him a couple of questions. How is he categorizing his images through Lightroom or any kind of post-processing software? I really dig this photo. I'll just click on that quickly. Basically, this image here is what I really dig. I really love the short depth of field. It's blowing out in the background. Her eyeline is off-centered. Maybe she's looking to someone else. Her eyes could have been a little bit brighter, but again, for me, that's just my personal thing. But she's looking over her shoulder. You know, it's a really cute young girl. This is just a great shot all over. I'm not sure if this has been shot with It looks possibly like you've got a key light and possibly a separation or a side light just to get the highlights of her hair out. I'm not 100% sure. That's probably what I can see. I can definitely see one key light because I can see the catch light in her pupils. So that was a great shot. That's probably my favourite of the lot. I also revert back to, as I say, most of your images outdoor have been shot with ambient light only. Ever considering shooting with a speed light or strobe to fill in some light on faces, it can make a dramatic difference. Shooting with a flash outdoors, some people look at it and go, "Oh, there's all the sunlight in the world. Why do you need a flash?" You do need a flash if you realise. I'm not going to go into it, but you shoot with a flash outdoor quite regularly. It's called a fill light. So, saying here also nice work on this image. What I want to go into about this image is, as far as I know, you shoot Alex with a 70 to 200 Sigma or Tamron. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I know you're on a D7000 body, but I'm not sure if you're on a Nikon 70 to 200. Anyway, what I'm reverting back to is this shot is really good solely because this background short depth of field, shallow depth of field look is more lens compression. Because what I can see that you've done very well is you've shot at what I'm thinking is probably 5.6, 6.3 maybe, because the eyes definitely are sharp. Now, when you're doing an individual portrait, you can shoot at 2.8, providing that your focus point is set on the eyes. Don't let it to go into selective focus. Always make sure that you're focusing manually on the eyes. But what I can see here is you've definitely been. If I'm wrong, I'll be very surprised. But I don't think you've shot this at 2.8 because the sharpness in both eyes is actually is quite good. So if you shot this at 2.8, one of these eyes would have been out of focus. So because 2.8 drops off very very quickly in depth of field because it works on kind of like an oval pattern. Yeah. So again, if you're shooting on a single person, 2.8 is fine, providing that you're selecting your eyes for the focus. Doing two people because you're spreading out your depth of field a lot wider. You need to open up. You need to close down a little bit on your aperture. You need to shoot at probably 5.6, 6.3, 7.1, and with 200mm focal length, your background's going to be blurred out anyway, providing it's not right behind them. This is probably a fair bit of different distance. That's trees or something in the background. That's probably 20 feet away from them. So that's how you can get that. And really great light. I really like it. It's not a warmer image, but I think this suits perfectly. There's a little bit of a hair light behind it. It's all ambient as far as I can tell. I couldn't see any flash here. Yeah, there's a nice rim light on his shoulder, so great shot. I really, really did enjoy that, and I did mention some of those things in this email. Basically, overall, great work. Definitely keep an eye on your site for any new work. Hit me back soon. So, Alex, I hope to hear back from you soon. I'll go through a couple of these other images really quickly. I really like this image as well. The background is great because it's got character, but it's not distracting. So it's obviously somebody standing behind them, whether that's a purse or something. I'm not 100% sure. Again, this is an image that I probably would have put a little bit of fill light on their face just with a flash, only on a really, really small power. Again, that's just my opinion, but great shot on this image. It's got she's off center to the right, so you're really kind of going in your tic-tac-toe grid. So you'd be looking through the viewfinder, and you've kind of centered it probably on one of your vertical marks here. So yeah, great work on that. Honestly, that's really good. The only thing I'd say is that eye is just a little bit too dark for me, but nice work. Yeah, again, others, I'm not sure if this is family or whether it was a wedding or something like that. Not a bad image. I never go for brick walls, me personally, solely because we always look for texture and patterns and repetitiveness in photography because that's what the eye really is attracted to. But brick walls I always try to stay clear of. The eye line, it's a bit strange for me just looking off it. We're not totally sure. You don't always get your subjects to look straight at you, but yeah, not a bad image at all. Again, another one, I quite like this one as well in the studio. It looks like you're shooting. Yeah, I mean, again, it's hard. I mean, I'm guessing this is some kind of like a muslin backdrop in the background because these patterns are quite nice and they look like pretty common backdrops. Definitely, again, this one was the favorite. Another one, not sure if this was lit with just a lamp. Yeah, because might have been a little bit of retouching work going on here with the black. I think there has been right on the top there, because I can see on my screen I've got, I purposely have it a little bit brighter, to be able to tell when people have done dodging and burning and masking out certain sections. When I stand up on the screen, I'm standing up a bit higher now, looking down, I can see little black marks and stuff. So could be wrong, but anyway, nice work on that. Only thing I'd say is that she is out of focus upon the eyes. I'm not sure, as you can tell, this your depth of field oval is kind of right down here. So they've got the carpet that's sharp. I'd recommend definitely always in a shot like this, if you're shooting at 1.8 or 2.8 or whatever aperture you're at, always make sure that you're focused on the eyes. The rest of the body can fall out of focus, but the eyes are the things that you always need to be sharp. Again, with this photo, yep, nice. Definitely, I can see a catch light, so it would have been a studio. You can also see the glare on the hat. Not bad. She's sitting in a chair. Always be careful with what I would say is shoulders. It just looks like her arms disappearing, so maybe you could have brought it along the top of the chair here. But yeah, no, nice work. Not sure if you've ever done any skin retouching. Definitely with portraiture work these days, we got to do skin retouching, because everybody's learning how to do it. So the competition is getting really hard. We've got to make people look as good as they can, because that's what they expect in our trade now. So anyway, yeah, no, nice work. Again, another shot here. I'd say they're probably a little bit underexposed compared to the background. I probably would have gone probably a third, maybe half a stop more on them. So if you've been using flashes, just pull your intensity up of your power output. I'd say bring that up a little bit, because just for me they're a little bit under compared to what the background is. For any kind of medium stuff like this, I'd say have the background probably a third or half a stop under what your subject is, so they always pop a little bit more. You don't want their exposure to be roughly the same as the background. So yeah, anyway, not a bad shot at all. Nice work. Again, this looks kind of like a HDR image. It looks like you've done some sort of processing on this. I'm not sure what you're using. You might be in Photomatics or HDR FX Pro. I'm not totally sure, but it looks like you've pulled the structure up a little bit. That's probably what I can see there. I'm not sure if I've looked at this photo. Yeah, not bad. I'm not sure if the eyes are just a little bit soft. I might be wrong, but no, I like this shot. The background's nice. Really, really short depth of field. That's good. Families. I haven't checked out this photo. Yeah, no, it's good. First thing I look for is always the eyes, to see if they're sharp, and they're a little bit soft over here, but the rest all good. Facial expression on hers looks a little bit mad, but children are always hard to get happy. No, nice work there. Nice kid here. I'd say again the eyes look just a little bit soft. I know it is hard, but if I can see a catch light here. Whether that's I'm pretty sure that's a flash. I'm not sure if that's the lights in the ceiling, but I'm pretty sure that might be a flash. But yeah, always be careful when you're doing work up this close. Yeah, your depth of field's really touchy. The tighter you get in, if you're shooting at 3.5 or 5.6 or anything like that, you got to be really careful again. And yeah, and you've got some other ones here that are great. So what I'd say, Alex, is just keep going, because you've got some nice work that's coming out, and I'm definitely going to keep coming back and having a look at looking at your work just to see where you're going. So okay, I haven't seen any of these images, so you definitely got a nice amount rolling up here. Yep, nice shot. Right against the waterfall. I love it. You've really offset it to the left. All the thirds again. Just the rule of thirds, basically, guys. If you haven't heard of it, it's a very common term. It's people don't like mentally looking at an image where everything's dead set in the center. You throw it off to the left or off to the right. Think of a tic-tac-toe grid where you play noughts and crosses. You visualize that. A lot of DSLR cameras these days have that built into the lens. Not in the lens, sorry, into the sensor or the viewfinder, the pentaprism. It's actually displays a tic-tac-toe grid in really fine black lines. That helps you with your composition. Again, I've written a tutorial that's coming out in a magazine quite soon, which is all about composition. I mean, you can be the best photographer in the world. You could know everything about everything in photography, but if you fail at composition, then that's one of your key elements to your style in your photos. You really need to have a strong eye for composition and that's what separates the men from the boys. So always keep that in mind. Again, cameras these days they are so advanced where they do 99.9% for us. To a degree, there is still a lot of technical side. That's probably a lie. I'd say probably 90% for us if you're shooting an auto. Again, always in manual. There's a lot to go through. Those cameras are difficult. There's nothing easy about them, but yeah, composition is something that the camera cannot fix for you. You need to do it yourself in the camera. I always recommend going against cropping in portraiture work. Try and get it right in the camera. As an old saying, the aim of the game is to fill the frame. That's what you want to do with portraiture work. I mean, this is obviously a landscape image, but this is great. Nice work. Really liking the colors here. It's just really this light aqua tone over the top of it. Really cool. Again, you can see how depth of field is working here. If you follow my mouse, it's more or less this oval pattern that drops down like that. It's really strange how depth of field does work. So this grass over here is pin sharp, and you look at the ducks, they're a little bit out of focus. So I'd always recommend moving into selecting your focus points for you. Basically, you'll be zooting around the looking through the lens, moving your focus point around and selecting what you want to focus on. It does a big difference. Always critical to get your focus right, because you can't fix that. You can always soften an image in post, but you can't sharpen it if it's been shot and it's out of focus. So yeah, again, it's a couple of nice images down here. I'll get through this really quickly, guys. Again, Alex, I hope this is all cool with you. Yeah, look, man, there's some nice work here. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, it'd be really good to keep talking with you, because you've obviously got a passion for it. Okay, let's just, I'm guessing this is you. I'm not 100% sure, Alex. It might be you, but I can see you've got a Black Rapid Strat. You've got a low pro gear, so Black Rapid, probably an RS7, maybe by the looks of it. Yeah, really nice gear. I'm sure you like the RS7. It's really nice. Up against a brick wall again, I'd say always try and stay clear of it. Sometimes you have to do it, but yeah, not bad. I'd recommend trying fill lights during the day, see how they feel for you, see if they work for you. This is a really nice shot. This is great. Really natural. Nice work. Excellent, man. Yeah, again, it's soft on the eyes on this photo. It might have been a compressed image. I can't tell you for sure, but your other photograph of the other two definitely was tack sharp on the eyes. So maybe this maybe that's a little bit of motion. I'm not sure what shutter speed you were shooting at, but always make sure that your shutter speed's above your focal length. So if you're at 200 millimeters, try to be shooting at, you know, double the shutter speed. I recommend if you're at 200 millimeters on your lens, shoot at 400 just to ensure that you've got enough speed to capture it. Because if you can't shoot at 15th of a second at 200 millimeters, it's going to be blurred no matter what. Another photo there, great. Looking cool. The background looks really good. It's blown out to the point where you can't even tell what it is. Looks great. Yeah, and there's a couple of recent shots in here as well. But yeah, on the eyes, nice. Background's really undistractive. It's blown out perfectly. Excellent work. Yeah, I haven't gone through all of these images, but nah, look, you're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing. Again, I'm guessing that's you down in the corner there, but just keep going what you're doing. I'd recommend at some stage having a look further into more of a personal site. As I said, I've never used SmugMug. I mean, I just use WordPress until I launched my new site, but it's always a case of getting around to it. But yeah, the only thing I don't like about here is it's kind of there's a few things that just the layout is probably a bit basic, but you know what, in your area this is probably all you need. But always later on down the track, check out WordPress, because they you got a lot of control in WordPress to be able to do photography things. It's obviously a blogging format, but yeah, no, it's really good. I'd recommend checking that out as well. So anyway, buddy, I'll wrap this up. I hope this has helped in some way or another. Don't take any offense to any of these things. That you're doing really good work. So alright guys, I'll catch up with you soon. If you guys wanted to send in any of your websites to get a critique, pretty sure I say that word, critique. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll probably sound like a bit of an idiot if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But if you guys have any photos or any websites that you want me to check out, just let me know. It doesn't have to go up in a video. Just send them through and I'll let you know my thoughts. Again, that shot's great. that one and that one, that's probably my favorite. First favorite. The one before was second favorite. Anyway, nice work, Alex. I'll hopefully talk to you soon, and we'll catch up from there. All right, cheers, mate. Bye.